Round 17, Darn Yarns. Western Bulldogs by 33. Collingwood by 38. Giants by 29. Geelong. Why has he skipped one? Geelong by 41. Port Adelaide by 3. Upsets. Hawthorn 17. Fremantle 19. Adelaide 15. That was pretty good. So not only did you miss one, you tipped Port Adelaide to win at the Gabba in 2025. What year do you think this is, mate? Darn Yarn, you made a list twice. Twice! Here we go. Here's where the big bucks are. AFL round 17 tips from Ben Parsons. North Melbourne versus Western Bulldogs. Western Bulldogs. They have a team most top 8 sides would be scared to play. North have had some decent showings recently, but not here. Collingwood versus Carlton. Wait, hang on. Yeah, sorry, I misread. I completely forgot that I read who your winner was. Collingwood versus Carlton. Do Carlton even play AFL? Rivalry game. Collingwood need to pump these losers into 2026. My tip, if you haven't guessed, is Collingwood. Well, he never tips against Collingwood, but he was very much justified in tipping them against Carlton. West Coast versus GWS. Yes. GWS, yes. West Coast had a good showing against Collingwood, but that was their grand final. Heavy loss, I feel. Spot on. Fair enough. That was the most spot on we've seen today. Essendon versus Gold Coast. Gold Coast. Only because they're more competent than Essendon at the moment. Yeah, pretty spot on. There's no lies detected there. Geelong versus Richmond. Geelong wouldn't be surprised if this is between 80 to 100 point win. Well, it wasn't. But it was a big win. Richmond don't have Tom Lynch and have no real full forward, so goals will be hard to come by. Fair enough. Brisbane versus Port Adelaide. Brisbane at the Gabba. Port are Fruads. Port are Fruads. Flip's sake, I can't even bloody type. No, I'm searching for Fruads, you stupid idiots. I don't know what Fruads. Guardian of Fruads. Breath of the Wild. What the flip is this? Fruads. Song lyrics by Demoy Luke. Big facts. Who's the Fruads then? It's a mixtape. I'm searching for these Fruads, I can't find them. It's a place in Istanbul. So Port Adelaide is a badly reviewed whatever business this is in Turkey. That's a roast. He's calling Port Adelaide frauds. Look at these reviews. This is Port Adelaide are Fruads. Yes. That is very true. Maybe this is Port Adelaide. What the flip is that? I was expecting to find something interesting from that. Ben, you just made a list for wasting my time with your Fruads. They mean nothing. Nothing to me. Brisbane are the real deal and could make another grand final. Yeah, that part's okay. Hawthorn versus St Kilda. St Kilda, I know the Hawks won convincingly against North, but I'm hoping the Saints can be a tougher test. Also, my dislike for Hawthorn is why I don't want to, plus the Saints are my second team behind Collingwood. Yeah, I bet you are, mate. I'm sure they lost a few grand finals for you, mate. That's probably why you like them, especially 2010. But you got it wrong. Not only did you tip against my Hawks, but you were incorrect. That's all that matters right now. You just made the list again. That's going to be a third. It's going to be a third time, Ben. It's going to be twice for that. 3 times in total. I've had enough. I've had enough of this nonsense. Sydney versus Fremantle. This would be a big scalp for them if they were to beat the Swans. It's something Fremantle would do, to be honest. That's the 4th time. Adelaide versus Melbourne. Adelaide, they've hit form at the right time and will be too tough for the Ds. That is correct, although the Ds were not too bad in the end. Ben was on the list more times than I expected, to be honest. He's been a bit better with tipping lately, but not that time. Fruads. You better not make me hungry. So he is mimicking meme number. And this guy replied, to just let you know, that's getting annoying. I think he thinks that he's meme number. He thinks meme number and Docker's Love are the same person. Darn yarns. You just made a list. We got some F1 comments. We got a comment on the VeggieMite video. Wally. Haha. Ya goofy mate from Australia. Food of the gods. I don't know whether to be scared or happy, but he seems satisfied with the video. So we're going to send positive vibes. I'm sure this guy is an awesome dude. All right, round 18 tips. Here we go. Bloody hell, already there. You know what? Actually, nah. Yes, we'll go through the rest of these comments and then we'll go to the other channel instead of just switching back and forth. Okay, let's go. Blues versus Lions. Actually, you know what? You know what, my friends? Should anyone go on the list? North are bad anyway. Carlton are frauds. I put Carlton on the list. Even though Collingwood are much better, it's just funny to put them on the list. West Coast are just awful anyway. Essendon are frauds anyway. Or Fruads, as Ben might say. Richmond, too weak. Port Adelaide can't win there. St Kilda, Freo on the list for that. Fremantle, they have to hold some corn for that loss. Okay, that's it. That's it for round 17. Okay, Blues versus Lions. Loins by 49. So he stopped using loins for every time now. He's using both now. He's using both Lions and loins. That's borderline list worthy. Borderline. You're right there. Blues versus Lions. Loins by 49. Not bad. Suns versus Pies. Suns by 1 point. Pies are due for a loss. It's not 1 point, but it's only a goal. Fair enough. They did have a big lead as well that they lost, but credit to them, they stuck in there at the end. Dogs versus Crows. Crows by 21. Not too bad. Genos versus Cats. Cats by 20. I want to let you off because it's not a bad tip. The Giants were just better on that day. I'll let you off. I'll let you off. Tigers versus Dons. Tigers an upset by 9 points. Why are you not clapping, mate? Coxie, you've got a tip correct with the exact margin. On top of that, it's an upset win. You know what that means? You know what that means, sir? Sir, that means you get a free pass. The next time you say something stupid, you won't be on the list. Freo versus our Hawks Davidoff. Our Hawks Davidoff will win by 2 points. You still have your free pass, but only because I'm in my new home. But you still have your free pass. D's versus North. D's by 6 points. It's not 6 points. Saints versus GWS. Swans by 39. Not bad. Not bad at all. Port versus West Coast. Port by 101 points. But it was 101 points. Okay, so he still has his free pass. So unless he forgets, he is still not on the list. And if he says something stupid again, he will not get on the list. Fair enough. It's just a one free pass. The internet is a what?
You just made the list! 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 You just made the list!